The big boss is joining us this week on In the Box Seat. It's been a busy time here at Aquis Park, so Steve's going to join us and tell us all things about what's been happening on and off the track.
Absolutely.
Ella?
We'll chat on the highlights on and off the track from the Friday night Silks Under the Stars meeting, and obviously what's coming up as well.
Glad you remembered what night of the week it was. Plus, we'll recap the big Equine Academy that was held out at Aquis Farm. All that coming up on In the Box Seat.
As mentioned at the teaser, we've got Steve Lyons, the CEO, with us today. Welcome, Steve. How are you?
Yep.
Oh, I'm really good, Mitch.
Well, thanks, Steve.
We might get a call up back for next week.
We don't need name badges either.
No, we can just introduce ourselves on the show. Maybe we'll try that.
Ella?
Mitch?
Yep. Aren't you introducing yourself?
Ella from In the Box Seat here this week.
Ella. And I'm Mitch. Steve, you can see why this show is so popular. Aren't you glad you come down to join us?
I certainly came down to save it. It's part of the strategy today to give you guys a helping hand. But
full support of the board.
Full support of the board. We'll need to get the chairman on next.
Yeah.
I think it might be his turn.
I
He
think
has been
so.
on for a while, but plenty going on.
Yep.
Lots of good things happening in our world. Friday night, hugely successful. We put a lot of energy and time, and we had to have the exorcism the week before, and we got rid of all the bad juju because of the weather and what's been going on. I think we're talking to Brownie before 1.4 metres of rain since middle of March, which is just unbelievable in a sense. But Friday night was great. It was great for everyone. The feedback was really good. Thought the show was good insofar as what we put on for our patronage, and onwards and upwards for those Friday night meetings. I think we're very specific about them. If we do them and not overkill them, I think the local community and the wider community will come and watch what's going to be a wonderful race night.
Just talk us through putting yourself in your shoes through this challenging time with the weather, with crowds, with the track, etc. There was a nice, light at the end of the tunnel on Friday night with the night meeting and a good crowd and a good day's weather, good racing as well. But just take us through that last, probably 5 months really as we go back to January and Magic Millions as well.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Mitch. It's really good of you. I've got to say, I've been in the caboose for about 5 months, and the caboose is the last carriage, so there wasn't any light at the end of the tunnel, but there was certainly light on Saturday and Friday night, and it's been a tough time for everyone involved in the business, and controllable. I talk about controllables and non-controllables, and all of that stuff's non-controllable. But onwards and upwards, we've lived through it, makes for good resilience, and everyone that works here knows that we pride ourselves on being able to back up, and I've got a great team here, and they all back up, which is good, Mitch. Would you know what backing up means?
Yeah. Ian did mention that, the club's been on the front foot about how the track has played through that meeting in April, plus the wet weather through the Hollandale, but it was really pleasing to see how fair it was on Friday night. As you keep sort of saying, it's still not the finished product, but there's improvement and the wheels are in motion of what you want it to keep progressing to.
Yeah, Mitch, it continues to improve. We know that. Yep. We knew that from all along. We've uncovered some things that we were never really happy with that we've now decided to take charge in a sense, and we've got the support of lots of people now helping us do that. A couple of the new team at RQ, and certainly the Evergreen team and us are working together. But look, it performed extremely well. The leaders that won, the staying race, they stacked them, and the 1,000-metre Remlaps Angel, it was an outstanding win. Yep. Come off 3 or 4, might have been 3 off the second last horse around the turn. It was a big run. It's actually quite an impressive horse.
Yeah, even the horse that bucked shortly after the start, it still run on and run 5th in the end. Enterprise Cheer.
So overall, happy, as work in progress, we'll continue to do it. And the more what we know is what we know. The more we race on it, the better it'll get.
So obviously, we had Paul Shaler on the show last week. Obviously, a treble for him and the big winner of the night, Isti Star. We don't normally give you a pat on the back, Mitch, but I think you did tip that one in the show last week, so I think we'll congratulate you there with that winner, just this one.
So they've been talking to Isti Star since last year, so finally it came round, but congratulations to Paul and his team.
He had a great night, 3 winners and a second with Scud as well. She was the dominant filly, fair to say. She jumped, sat just off the leader, peeled out, and she was going to win the race a long way up from home. The second horse, Prince Tycoon, was huge in defeat after missing the start. He was 5 wide the trip, still runs second. So he's certainly a gelding worth following going down the track. And that's probably them for the carnival. You might see Isty Star again, but I think Prince Tycoon is off to the paddock. So, but still a good form race going forward. As I said, Paul was really good with his time last week. Told us a bit about the business, where he's got to. He was adamant when we caught up with him 18 months ago that this was going to be the real turning point for him and his horses to see these young horses come through. And the successes now, they're reaping the rewards. Shayla Racing and the team, and he's got good clients behind him. And he was able to get a $1 million win with a horse that was withdrawn at the sales. She was off a lease arrangement, as he told us, so virtually a giveaway horse. And now she's got the rich prize money next to her name.
Yes, I'm sure they're very happy with that winner and all the winners that they had on the night as well, but that one especially. There were some very happy people in the mounting yard I saw on Friday night.
Yes, the Ball Shayla fan group just grew as the night went on.
Yes, it did indeed. We saw them in the DL. They were all celebrating hard. So congratulations to the team there. You did a great job. And obviously, as well on Friday night, it didn't stop with just the racing. We had the drone shows. We had the saxophonists, I think I'm saying correctly. There were plenty of shows going on. Everyone was there in their light-up sunglasses. So the atmosphere here on track was amazing. It was great to kick off that final Friday night in high spirits. Speaking of impressive, the Equine Academy Open Day happened last Saturday. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think 16 families came along. It was hugely successful. We'll get a lot of sign-ups out of that, and we'll continue to promote, the Equine Academy and its successes. It's growing all the time, and that's our heartfelt investment into the industry around helping education and helping people enter our industry, which is a fantastic industry to be in. We've always wanted to work harder on getting education as part of it, and now I've got backing of Racing Queensland behind it, the other southeast clubs, and I know eventually the northern clubs will get involved, the regional clubs will get involved. So look, it's part of a bigger puzzle around people that want to get in our industry, that it's not just going to come from any one area. But this is one section of that which fits into part of a bigger, wider jigsaw for, making sure that people stay and work in our industry and enjoy what they do.
Harry Carl, he's been doing the rounds with all sorts of facets, but obviously he's harbouring to become a jockey. His first strap for Chris Waller the other day, Imperialist in the Rough Habit Plate, and it happened to win at 50-1.
And he was gifted the trophy.
Yeah, which was great from Tommy Berry, gifted him the trophy.
Yeah.
So, but Harry is just he just breathes it. He is born to be into it. But that was great to see. And Chris has been a good supporter of the
absolutely.
Yeah.
And a number of other local trainers and trainers from around the region, southeast Queensland. But the young fella Harry has been coming to the races since I can remember, and I've been here sort of 8 or 9 years now, and he's always been here. He's been excited. We all thought he was about 8 years of age, but he's actually 16 years of age.
He's got the statue.
Lovely young man, and pride and joy of his mum and dad. Great people, and certainly the acorns fell close to the tree there.
Yeah.
And that Imperialist will be a live chance in the Derby come Saturday.
There you go. Maybe strapping again for Harry?
I would say so. Surely he couldn't get sacked off
Surely not.
1 for 1. What else have we got coming up here?
So obviously this weekend we are not racing. It's a Phantom meeting here at the Gold Coast Turf Club.
Good old Roger.
Good old Roger. Phantom meeting will be here. So our members' ground floor will be open at 10 a.m. for anyone who wants to come along and watch the Interstate and Brisbane or Ipswich this weekend. Am I correct in saying Ipswich this weekend? Oh, done my homework. So anyone who wants to come along and watch those, you can come along. And then coming up next on the exciting list of exciting events we have here at the Turf Club is our Members and Mates Day on June 21st. So that has just been released to the members. Obviously a great one to get along to. Such great value, plenty of prizes to be won on the day. Bring your mates. They can sign up to be a member of the club at a discounted rate. And heaps going on and a very exciting event. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, June 21st, first members and mates in the event centre.
Yeah, so still a busy month coming up. We've got Ronald McDonald House
Yes,
Charities Day
on the 14th. Yep.
and members and mates on the 21st.
Correct. Heaps happening in June. We don't stop. We just keep on going.
Also, just going back full circle to the Hollandale,
Yes.
first 3 over the line in the Doomben Cup.
Same trifecta,
Yep.
Mitch. So, very impressive Antino on the weekend in
Yes.
the Durban Cup. Group 1 won the Group 2 Hollandale pretty much the same way
Yep.
on a surface that was different, but he seems to be really hitting his straps, that horse. He sort of had his Melbourne campaigns, won well down there and come back just growing up a little bit more. And wow, the way they go around, Blake goes around them
Yep.
on the turn and just puts them away. They're chasing hard for the rest of the straight and they can't get near him.
No, he's not only did it in the Hollandale, he did it in the Turek, and then he did it again in the Doomben
that's
Cup.
right,
And full credit to Tony Gollan. They set out the plan to win the Hollandale and Doomben Cup, and they were able to achieve it in fantastic circumstances. But also full credit to the Hollandale itself as the traditional lead up to the Doomben Cup, and that didn't disappoint. First 3 over the line trifecta, so maybe RQ's listening and can send us some more money for the race. Or we get the handicap qualification to the Group 1 status, which we richly deserve. But that's for another show.
Not today, Mitch.
No,
Not
no.
today, not
We're
today.
not fighting this week, Steve. All right, that's about it.
That's what
Origin.
I was just going to say, in honour of it being the first week of Origin Week,
Yep.
I think let's put it here on the show. Who are we tipping? Seeing as we don't have a tip this week for the Gold Coast Turf Club, who are we tipping to win the series in Origin?
Don't let the colour fool you.
Maroons all the way.
Queensland,
Yep, absolutely. You got 2 Queenslanders here, and I know exactly what you're going to
Yeah.
say.
Jury's out.
Jury's out.
We might have a New South Wales supporter.
Well,
on the other
I've
end of
lived
the
here
desk.
for too long now. I think I've been, it'd be over 20 years. So I'd be nearly 25, maybe 30. Oh, it's getting up there. So I nearly qualify as a Queenslander. But Laurie Daly, good mate of mine,
yes,
wish him
yes.
well back as coach. And,
I will say it's hard to hate New South Wales this year with Loz coaching them.
yeah,
He's
he's
such
a very
top
likable.
guy.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
He's one of the nicest people you meet. But Queensland, it's their time to shine, and they always do around State of Origin. So it'll be a tough gig, but we'll see what happens.
There we go.
Thanks for coming on, Steve.
Cheers, team.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Ratings will be through the roof this week, let's hope. And we'll see you next week.
Next week.
Thanks.